Yes, they tried to cut them vertical. But imagine working in a quarry. How they cut the stone was by making small holes, like rectangular holes, 10, 12 centimeters and 3 centimeters deep, and they inserted wood in this. You soaked it in water, and when wood expanded, you just cracked the block. And when it cracked, it cracked the way the quarry is. You know, the planes can be vertical, can be inclined, can be anything. Who can guarantee this?
So that was done on purpose?
Yeah.
That was done on purpose?
This is cutting stones from the quarry. There's no other way to cut the stones but by doing this. And when you cut it in the quarry, it's impossible to get the vertical needed place. This is number one. Number two, if you try to hold two small stones, not huge like the ones of the pyramids, and you try to make them fit well together, how long would it take you to do this? And
forever.
How well you're going to make them fit? Let's start the second question. The third thing, we estimate the number of the blocks, 3 million blocks. Some say 2.3 million. According to the
measurement, according to the estimated measurement.
Estimated size of the block. Yes. I can say that. Okay. This is the estimated size. If you estimate the block to be 1 meter long and 1 meter wide, then you calculate the number of the levels
according to the whole.
And you consider it to be all made of stones. You calculate it, and you come to like 2.3 million, 2.7 million. Some say 1.6 million only because they start with 1.5 or so. It's mere calculation. No one can ever tell what the number is. And this would bring us later to the second year. But let's finish this. According to the estimated number of blocks, and as we heard a few minutes ago, it took them 20 years to build this. If you divide, say, 2.4 million for approximation by 20 years, we get to
a lot.
120,000 blocks every year. This means 30,000 blocks, 3,000 blocks every month. 300 blocks every day in the end. If you calculate it, you come to 300 blocks to be built in a place every day. In 10 hours, 10 working
100
hours,
blocks per day.
this means 600 minutes. We come to the conclusion that they had to be able to place one block every 2 minutes. Imagine working with this high speed. One block every 2 minutes. The flow is coming and the construction is going for 20 years. This is assuming they work the whole year long, not only in the summer month, and must intensify the work in the summer. Who is going to have the time to make any stones fit? If they tried to fit the blocks together, they would have been working until now and not finished. Believe me. This is why I had to think about another solution.
Yes.
An amazing thing that I reached a very simple, too simple to realize actually. I asked myself, okay, Hany, you consider yourself a good engineer. What if the king came and told you, Hany, build me a pyramid? What are you going to do? With all the technology we have, with all what do you do? I said, okay, I must do the work in a very organized way, and I have to start from the very beginning, from the quarry. If I'm in charge of the whole project, I would work in such a way that the stones that are cut from the quarry are cut in a nice, organized way, that I can move them one after the other in the same order of cutting and build them. But I had to guarantee that every stone had to go in its proper place. Yes. How to do this? Mark right on the blocks. Mark them. You know what we do when we have an envelope and we close it and we put just 2 lines on it, draw 2 lines,
yes,
to know if it goes back if you bring any a man from Upper Egypt and ask him to do any work, they tell you, let me start with alam. I make marks.
Yeah,
first.
the furniture. When you leave the house, you move from one house to another. You just mark the furniture so you can put it back again. Yes.
Why don't I mark the stones in the quarry, move them in the exact order of cutting, build them over there. You're just moving the mountain actually. You move it but in proper order.
But will this be also speedy? Can this, even if you move it, it's still going to be slow because you're moving huge blocks.
Yeah. Moving huge blocks is another problem that we deal in transportation. But the order must be kept. How to keep the order? Every group of workers had to be responsible for, suppose I break this side, okay? This group from this same village, for example, okay, you're in charge of this work. Mark it, write your name on it. You're gonna reconstruct it over there. I wouldn't give even the builders a chance to blame the cutters. No, it came like this. It's not my problem. It's his fault. It's you know our workers. And this is why I even suggested that the same group are going to be the cutters, the movers, and the builders. This was just an idea.
So in order to uncover the secrets of ancient Egypt, you have to be an engineer?
It's a hobby. It's the logic. Engineering is logic. We use logic more than anyone else. Archaeologists use logic as well, but not as much as engineers do. So everything works with our logic. We cannot understand something, you get crazy. We have got to find a solution. Let me finish this, because I had to have a proof for that. Writings. Where are the writings? Actually, you should know that I went to Dr. Zahi Hawass, and before he was in charge then of the pyramids area, and I asked him if there is any person working on the writings of the quarrymen. We all know that there are writings of quarrymen, to the point that we didn't know the name of Khufu, the builder of the Great Pyramid, from anything but from writing of the quarrymen that is one block inside the Great Pyramid above the burial chamber. It's written there. Its translation is like the strong men of Khufu, and they wrote the name of Khufu. So like a group, we are his people, his bodyguards, whatever. Names of groups. So ask him about a person, a scholar who is doing some work or something like this. He told me, yes, there is a French person working in the French Institute who is working on that. That was a great help, because I went to that person, I asked him what he did. He told me, I found 1,600 blocks in one pyramid in Saqqara, and he was reading and translating what's on them. I told him my idea, and I told him, what's there? He told me it's just names of groups of probably workers, some marks, some numbers. This is all what I needed. I wanted the intensity of writing. Yes. Why should people write on blocks in this very common way? Was it for fun? Did they have a chance to have fun? Or was it for memory? Just they wrote their names on something that is destined to be hidden? It has got to have a construction reason. And this is what I was looking for.
So they were the markers.
Huh?
They were the markers.
Yes. They marked it. So the marked blocks are there. And this came to my point, that they marked the stones before cutting. Second thing, I wanted to see if this is going to work really or not. And this is where I found my greatest surprise. I went to Thora, trying to meet the quarrymen and the cutters and ask him if this is feasible, can work or not. The man told me, okay, just sit down, have some tea until they come. Half an hour and nobody came. I told him, where are they? He told me, they are just building a wall nearby and will come soon. I told him, building.
How are they